Well, hello, folks. Happy Sunday. Another beautiful Sunday. I'll admit it, it's a little overcast, but you know what? I see some blue sky right there. It's right there. The birds see it. They're singing about it, so I guess we should sing about it too. But yeah, all groovies on this side. We're booking up next tour, which is going to be in August. So all you fine folks that didn't catch me off in the first half of the year, there's a chance to see me again. Though thanks to all those who did. And yeah, thanks for those. I saw another one of you fine folks tuned into Patreon. Heck yeah, that's the stuff, man. I appreciate it. It's cool. There's a lot more over there. Wednesdays we do another one of these. You can get early access to these Sunday socials. You can get digital downloads. You can grab set lists. You can get a bunch of weird stuff if you want. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see the climb. But yeah, thanks folks tuning into those reels and shorts. Seems silly, but I gotta take a minute out of these hour-long videos to get folks to come and see that I got an hour-long video. It's just it's weird, but that's the way these things work, all those algorithms and all those kind of things. But yeah, but until then, I do see you folks there, and yeah, I appreciate it very much. This is the new one. We've been playing this a bunch, and you folks seem to enjoy it, which is cool, because you know what? I enjoy it too. I like this one a lot. This one's a lot of fun, even though it's titled Not a Ton. It's a very damp bench I'm sitting on, so I've got a towel under my seats. I'm trying to just sit stuff so it's not going to get soaked. Set list over here may get a little damp, a little crinkly, but that's okay. That's okay. We may have to tune several times to this occasion, being the humidity is high and the temp is 50, something like that. 50 F Fahrenheit. I got folks all over the place tuning in now, so I should clarify that I'm not rocking a Celsius right now. Flinching while touching cupboard knobs heated by the sun. Attic mouse is squeaking, not allowing the exhaust fan to run. Content to stare at the weeds with broken watches, pen and ink outline your watercolor splotches. Finally reaching calmness, only last dregs of dread. A subtle tumble through the queen ant's nest. Vibrating hands are fine unless they spread. Seasonal migration of the 2 to 18 wheelers, counting grounding exercises for my conversational healers. A galvanized feeding trough of I'm proud of yous and myself. Finally getting the hang of this. A turn of phrase is my only wealth. Finally reaching calmness, Only last dregs of dress, a solid tumble through the queen anne's nest. Vibrating hands are fine unless in stress. Yeah, it's getting there. I always want to say, so the one line is Queen Ant's nest, like a big old ant, and that nest is hers. But in my head, I want to say Queen Anne's lace, which is it's a flower we have around here. They're not up here yet. They're in the yarrow family, like related to carrots. I'm pretty sure. You could look it up. And I want to say that. Queen Anne's lace. Sugar down the syrup and the Queen Anne's lace. Yeah, where are we going? I don't know. It's a cold morning, cold fingers for this next tune, but I think we'll be just fine. I always love the red that comes out in this wood when you bring it outside. It's nice. Inside it looks much more darker brown. Yeah. Can't tell if the bugs are actually getting me or if it's just psychosomatic. I feel the bugs because normally when I'm outside, they're here. I don't think they are. Thought I knew what moderation was, and still I faced its ugly side. A few drinks a day, back down to none. Head-on crash withdrawal symptoms. Let my heart and liver lost, hereditary table toss, personification, stepping stone, organ side, and it chilled my bones. And my warmest sweater is cold when I've left it unworn. You're my favorite flower mug, thirsty in the cupboard. My houseplants all laugh when the sun breaks open a cloud. My inanimate friends are proud of me, and I'm always making more. Grocer thinks I run the loon, I always keep the crooked crop. Challenge I face is the one they love, fingers saved as appeal is down. The most supportive monastery I have ever formerly met. For $12 at the flower stand, bamboo crosses I hold his hands. And my warmest sweater is cold when I've left it unworn. You're my favorite flower mug, thirsty in the cupboard. My houseplants all laugh when the sun breaks open a cloud. My inanimate friends are proud of me, and I'm always making more. My warmest sweater is cold when I've left it unworn. You're my favorite flower mug, thirsty in the cupboard. My houseplants all laugh when the sun breaks open a cloud. My inanimate friends are proud of me, and I'm always making more. That woke up the birds. Oh, blue jay. Squack. It's waking everybody up. That guy with the guitar's up, everybody, let's go. Come on. So, how's everyone's Sunday going? Going good? Would you guess that, see these 2 pockets? Would you guess I got 2 more down here? What does he need 4 pockets? What does he need them for? I don't know. If I used guitar picks, I'd probably put a guitar pick in each one. I don't know if I told you folks this before. So I always carry some guitar picks down in your pick pocket down here, you know? That used to be for your pocket watch back in times when people carried pocket watches. And that was your watch pocket for your pocket watch. Well, I keep guitar picks down there. But the funny thing is, I don't really use guitar picks anymore. I got fingernails. So my wife calls them my emotional support guitar picks. And it's true. You never know. I could be, and it's happened before. Hey man, you want to step on stage? You want to play a little bit? And they're like, yeah. But I don't want to pick, I want to shred. Oh. I'm like, I brought my own picks. And they're like, okay. That's how it works, man. Rock and roll. Yeah, rock and roll. Get out of here, Skeeter. I'm morning making flower boxes from the bookshelves that survive the fire with purpose, repurposing life, my only purpose. I can cry louder than the swarm marigold, forget more than forget-me-nots, persistent as they may be. The rain in bedstraw keep me in line. I'm the moth draped in love, taking flesh of the hummingbird, growing more. I intoxicate on the azaleas, dank nectar. Guided by vengeance and the need to make others choke on my success. Flattery to me won't get you far. Be facetious with me and I'll cut you down. With a whittle tip, I'll split your crown. With a little help from a rototiller, I'll find your worth in my compost heap. Yeah. Ow! So, I'm wearing, it's kind of damp, so I got on my shit kickers today. The big old rubber booters. But they got them so a little short aside with my rubber boot tails. I owned a mighty fine pair of rubber boots I picked up at the Tractor Supply for about $12. That was probably around 2010, 11. And they lasted me, gosh dang it, all through college. No joke. I'm like, wow, these are great. And then finally they gave up. And I'm like, I'm gonna go buy another pair. Went to Tractor Supply. Wouldn't you know it, now they're $20. And I had it for like 8 months, and now both heels are ripped, split right open. And now if I step in anything more than an inch deep, my boots fill with water. Not happy about that. They have like these little ridge on the back, so you can like take your other boot and push down on it to take the other boot, you know, like a self-surfing boot kick off, booting, walking, get them off. They're split right there. Come on. Now you know. That's Boot Talk with Joseph on a Sunday morning with the birds. Boot Talk. Thanks for being here, folks. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me on all these adventures of Boot Talk. Yeah, so it's wild. I'm talking again. Friday. I just like the S. Fridays, last summer, I used to release the field recordings. And at that time in my life, I was not taking care of myself. And more often than not, I was in wild manic throes. And instead of, you know, trying to get help for an issue that would cause such things, it didn't. I just made more, like projects, field recordings. And I was doing midweek meetups, Sunday socials, and field recordings just in 1 week. And it was not feasible, but I did it. And it killed me. Killed. Not really killed, but it was a lot. It was I feel like eventually the quality was lacking because I was trying to get everything done, and that was silly. So we probably won't be venturing back into field recordings, which I guess is where this is going. I know I had mentioned in the winter, like, they'll be back once we're outside. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe we'll do some special stuff, but I don't want to slack on quality just to give you quantity. That's garbage. That's what I have to say about that. As I see the rabbits, I only think of sharing sights. Let them lay feast on my flowers before I'd move. How coy can I keep my recess? Chemical flooding. Proffer my hands and the bugs, or befriended thunder. Even under moonlight, I still smell the milkweed's bloom. The soft smell seeps through my sardonic smile. As cynicism softens, I can no longer credit for us. Though easier to say, lavender lifted up. We stare as the butterfly flutters by. With every wing beats, I only see your eyes. The thought of you weighs on me, though I'm I am massless. Previous senselessness now making sense. Skeeters. Living a perpetual morning with a low hanging haze. Two heavy plants and our toes covered in grass segments. The dawn's early sky trying to match the hue of your inner iris. Inside us, beside us, rabbit to lightning bug, then slow. You're the stale green for which I gun it, well, for the fun of it. No telling how long you hung there, ripens. You swell from a yellowing orange to the brightest reds. The sweetness I pull from you like nectar down my chin. Milling about the 3/4 fairy ring. Mother my doubts in cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and allspice. From the same burned bookshelf flower box, I see him grow lavender and chamomile for another large longs for his laurel. An aromatic melee. No stoplight stalling. High leaves came of that day. A tamarack is true to his about the loving songs he another large longs for his laurel. An aromatic melee. No stoplight stalling. Keep him at bay. A tamarack is true to his word. Without the love and the songs he overheard. Another couple sing for the tree. I've even seen him take the time for it. the bees. About an inch and a half, inch and a quarter long slug over here. Slugging it out. Stuck between deciduous and conifer. And when I fake my death, how my green needles fall all the way down the yellow. Tar and feathered in the caterpillar year. Let the moss spawns bluff beg the question, what have I been hungering for? And a large longs his laurel. An aromatic melee, no stoplight stalling. High leaves keep rapping. A tamarack is true to his word. Felt the love in the songs he overheard. And the couple sing for the trees. They'd even sing the time for the bees. Yeah. All right, we have to do a moment travel through time. Guess I can just spray bugs. Why don't I ever spray before I do these? Wouldn't it be so crazy if I did that? It sure would be a good idea. But at last, we don't. Maybe it'll be like, I don't know, this morning's gonna be different. It'll be wet. But maybe not. But yeah. Oh, so you may notice at the end screen, I don't know if anybody stays right to the very end, but the end screen has been updated. It's more recent tunes. I think the last thing on there was still self-seating from Appreciates You. Now it's updated. It's got a little bit of genuine hardwood toothpicks, and then it will show you links to your most recent videos I uploaded, and then back to the channel, I think. Something like that. But yeah, I'm trying to stay on top of all these things. My lovely wife, she's like, oh, I was sharing your Spotify, which I don't really use my Spotify, but I see some of you still find my Spotify, which is cool, thank you. But it hadn't been updated since Appreciates You. There's an album off. How dare I? Where are we going now? Okay, I got one more tune and then I got a story for you. I may have told it before, but it ties in a couple songs ago, or last song, or the song before last, the Technicolor, Sorceress and I, and a song I will be playing. We'll get to there in a second. I traded her pronunciations, exchanging words I'll mostly only ever sing, unlearning my disdain for all things proper. My weekly pharmaceutical advance calendar. Every dose of vanilla flavored mood stabilizer. Lithium-rich bloodstream is a teeter-totter that is static in parallel at rest. Static in parallel at rest. Slowly, as the pavement ends, hitting like the eager plants that manage to grow here, like a lady bawling by the grocery cart return. My weekly pharmaceutical advance calendar. Every dose of another flavored mood stabilizer. Lithium-rich bloodstream is a teeter-totter that is static in parallel at rest. That is static in parallel at rest. Yeah. That one's like second nature now. That was cool. I remember just that part. It was such a trip. And yeah, it's cool. It was much more difficult. I think I mentioned that way back when I was writing it and demoing it. I wanted it to be more less Claypool-y, like triplet. And I ended up, I think, doing that for the bass on the demo. I never think of, when I'm writing stuff like that, of leaning back on other instruments in the band. Like, oh, well, I don't need to write a bass line. There's going to be a bassist. It's like, no, I need to do everything on the one guitar. One guitar, get a little percussion, bass, treble, melody, everything. Yeah. So this next tune, it's about my grandma. It's not the good grandma song. It's the bad grandma. I don't know. I always feel weird. Yeah, bad grandma. I was gonna try to give her some justice, and I'm like, she bought me a GameCube. She bought my sister and I a trip to Disney. So the other parents would be impressed by my parents because they sent their kids to Disney, but it was their grandma sent just so she could get the gold coins of chocolate to hand out to the other kids in class. It was a mix-up, convoluted growth upbringings. But all the same, I'll stop being just so weird. Maybe. This is Rhinestone Casket. This is a song about my grandma. So I started writing this while I was staying over at my grandma's house for a few weeks, a month, something like that. I took her to a doctor's appointment, and they're like, something's wrong. We're gonna send you to the ER. And then they're like, damn, lady, you're full of cancer. And she had like just a belly full of cancer. So after that, she's like, I'm not gonna eat anymore. I'm just gonna not eat until I'm done. is a thing you can do. I guess you can do that if you want to do that. But I was staying at her house to make sure like things were taken care of. She was as happy as she could be until the end, which is not that happy. But I wrote this song. I started writing this song. But at the same time, I also started writing the technicolor Sorceress, which I played a few songs ago, which was about my wife, who I just met at the time. So it's cool. I didn't finish this one I'm about to play until 2 years ago. I just like threw it on the back burner. I'm like, I got a verse for this. I know I'll come back to it. And I did. So this is Rhinestone Casket. Again, another talky social. Sorry, man. Sometimes we just get chatty. Brush my teeth with fennel paste, the sweet taste like the smell of the dog my grandma left in a dark room. When I was 10 or 12, I liked to think it was less barbaric, but I'm going to implore you to believe. The dowage of the 50 rude, the bane of a daughter-in-law, the game my mother threw saw, father defeated pawn. Prong. I always, if you haven't heard of superorganism, I always get that stuck in my head. Prawn. Every time I say pawn. Committed her in the 60s, released and revenging sense, rotted her from the inside out, filled to the brim with cancer. Thought she had indulgence, but after all her husband built that church with his cheating hands and sons and voter fraud. Cool breeze. I got the bouffon. You confessed to my twin and I, you wish you had died mid-sleep, remembering my tears you cried. I'd keep you up for a wakeful death. Hospital beds made of gray, trombone slides, bedside manners, appearances kept, not tossed aside. Yeah, all right. Like 2 carrots grown into one, our leaves and petioles spray, so green and serene under sunny skies, and in death's depth we shine. All the same, or might as well be the nightshade's moon glory face. Sugar stash in their better cells, there seems to the bitter cells, Years we're spending it up, the same gladiolus bulbs, deep crimson and fluorescent, seeking structure to wire wall, blushing like ribald, rhubarb, mistook, coy, kale, inspired by this lurid axes, love to soak the soil, soak the soil. love unfurls and starts to grow right beneath the gardener's toes. A lovely harvest gives to the next, sow their seeds and plants. They're dead, they're dead. Full of is a compost heap, table scraps and eggshells. Black gold seams as a root tip shoot in a seed panes of ash and soot. Splendid how we'll understood and wrought engines to fix our sails. We fix and sew, we read the tea bag steep, flowers read. Our love unfurls and starts to grow right beneath the gardener's toes. A bountiful harvest gives to the next, store their seeds and plants. 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 They're dead. You're dead. My dad. Yeah. The ominousness increases. So I don't know how many of you take stock in old farmer tale and words of wisdom. But when a breeze blows and the leaves flip upwards from a change in the airflow, sometimes you get a nasty storm before, and you get some wet, and all the leaves around me are flipped. If you know leaves, the top half of the leaf is a little more brighter green from their exposure to the sun and the more production of chlorophyll, and the underside is not so much. So you see like a whitish green, and I'm seeing a lot of whitish green surrounding me. So if I yell and hit the pause button and run inside to finish the set, it's because it started to rain. But you know what, I ain't giving up until it starts. So that's how we do. We'll keep singing songs of nature and maybe they'll calm down. Ooh, a Samara. That's cool. Whirlybird. Some water in this whirlybird. But thanks again. Thank you all so much. Thanks for giving me this opportunity, this platform to just be a weirdo. Because normally my only platform for being a weirdo is when people pay me money to do it on a stage or in my house with a closed captive audience of my wife, my dog, my cat, and my snake. All but one normally laugh at my jokes. Chandler has a very snooty sense of humor. May we always step on pine cones just to hear that bit of crunch. Our minds were never set on seed dispersal. We know the rodents and the birds take care of us. Only finding solace in literary truths. Books by Aldous Huxley and the poems I wrote for you. Raise a wolf inside the house to keep the devoted off our porch. Monotrope of pushing leaves, showing lobster claws. Hand in for symbiotic splendor. Like them, come the fall, we were married. Porcupines drop buds from the tip tops of trees. Found a skeleton yesterday, so much for resurrection. And now we keep the bones in a mason jar atop the hammocks, whirling so slow with a Leslie cabinet. Monotrope of pushing leaves, with the crowns of the coat's foot erupting gravel graves. A dandelion scapegoat to the non-botanical eye, taking life's lessons in the walls of flower first. Yeah. I am looking over now at the top of the maple. I think it was a maple that the porcupines were actually chewing on. It is so stripped. It is like, it looks very bare, very barren. And then it's funny, down by our house, there's a maple tree down there that just now a ton of little branches are popped off. And I'm thinking, maybe it's the batch of baby porcupines and they're learning and they're only on little branches. I could be wrong, but I know the big ones frequent those trees, and it's odd they're taking stuff so small. Like, I've seen suckers on this one take ones that were like this big around. Where's the best to show? Yeah, like that big around. Face, flesh, yeah. These ones are like not even pencil thick branches. I don't know. Maybe we play a song for them about it. Black thistle seed on stiff, stale snow. Bird songs of fairy tales, both age before they grow. A raven finds shiny things, non-denominational wedding rings. Chased by sparrows, confused for crows, found 2 circles of meadows below. Phalange bones with fodder stains, tortoise-shelled eyeglass frames. Wasn't for need or sexual greed, was reflection, compulsion indeed. The way the crow flies, the raisin flies too. Dumpster-side stories and tales of the two. I meant to say raven, but I did say raisin. I hope you folks got that. Whoops. Grandma Corks had the pleasure of told tales of humans who sung of love. Particular one would start each night of the lovers who acknowledged flight. Fauna and flora they personified, neath the trees of we their bones now lie. Was mid-flight before it dawned on him the pair of rings belonged to them. They made it quite clear not to mourn or adorn. Turned back on his wings, made it by morn, with a kick and a scratch and a whip of his wings. Soil filled in with more than the rings. Black thistle seed on stiff, stale snow. Bird songs of fairy tales, both age before they grow. I meditate on the morning, in the summer sun I face it. In winter, in her distance, I face my own hearth, tending to a personal star and consuming what I feed it. If only the sun would eat. On second thought, gaseous autophagy fits her. On third thought, no, why can't I cast myself right on through into the sun? A flash in the pan, a stardust cake broom, like the tale of the king beetle and the coconut estates. Why not be utterly changed into fire? With her we wither, without her more so. Gave birth to the seasons, having never seen snow. A billion years burning, several rocks in her throat. Our Gaia's her sister, though they seldom speak. Found less use for words as the era passed. Silence and solstice punctuate time. Through tide pools and moon groves, she's self-occupied, with solar flares dancing. Coats her brush. So softly inspired, a sweet static storm erupts color forward. A magnet flower blooms, pollen with balls and metallic beams, polarity drifting sends them off course. New fields will blossom, the wake of her strokes. Palettes with posies and daffodil too. Two sisters in tandem, the way of our world. A duet germination, the splitting of a seed. Oh, oh, oh. A tadpole's tale, a tale to be told. Tincture of time, best to slide mother's soul. Vernal pond dries so the froglets croak, and sadness is a water wick, soil so defeated. Spent too long in the shade, pinning happiness to sunny days, letting the cloud take credit for mine. So I built me a weather machine that runs itself hell in my esteem. Germinate for yourself, shoot out roots, I swear it helps to fill a field with love and care. It starts to sell, then you go from there. Germinate for yourself, send the rain to mental health. You start to smile, you start to glow. You spread it now, so we can sow. My smile splits a shell, ladybugs, they fill my cell. Bleached white in the sun, sea stars and dollars, hygroscopic lovers. Their decay in a garish display, but throwing them back only makes your day. It's their death they may want it this way, so you toy with life in your own hands, so self-serving. Germinate for yourself, shoot out roots, I swear it helps to fill a field with love and care. It's not to sell, then you go from there. Germinate for yourself, send the rain to mental health. You start to smile, you start to glow. You spread it now, so we can sow. My basement begins to flood, well, I'll pump it out. Run off quenching my peach tree with a similar soak to narcissus. Puddle jumping I quiver. Not too fond of sinking, nor can I swim that well, but the weather machine is submersible in a landlocked lake in a swimming pool. Glass of gin and a drip of drool. Germinate for yourself, shoot out roots, I swear it helps to fill a field with love and care. It starts to self, then you go from there. Germinate for yourself, send the rain to mental health. You start to smile, you start to glow. You spread it now, so we can sow, so we can sow, so we can sow. Yeah, cool. Well, that felt good. I don't know how that felt for you folks, but it felt like a good Sunday social. Thank you. Thanks for showing up. Patreon folks, I'll see you on Wednesday. If you want these early, get on Patreon. You want the set list for these? Get on Patreon. Digital downloads, get on Patreon. Until then, there'll probably be a show or so before August, but otherwise, August tour. I'll see you folks. Merch is updated for the last tour. That's all on the site, josephbiss.com. And yeah, bye folks. I appreciate you all so much. Bye-bye. I was in game.